Well, this is what I came across in the woods coming out, and I wanted to make sure I stop and take a little video of it. Jody would love this because there's lots of little tiny insects in this, but I'm going to get up and show you proportionally the size of this fungus. So, that's my cell phone. That's my hand. And, it looks like a piece of coral that belongs in the sea. But there is one thing that both me and this thing growing out of the ground have in common. We are both fungi's. You can tell that to the kids. Well, everyone, I know I started off with a little bad humor there. Yeah. Oh, maybe we'll get around the camera. There's Savannah! Never comes up here to say. So, Savannah's here. That's always awesome. Tail, see the tail? Yep, Savannah is here. Did a little bit of macro, a lot of little insects this week. I hope some of you don't get too skittish. We also got some other stuff. Has struggled over the last couple of weeks, to be honest with you. But hey, that's the way it goes. And it's a pretty good episode, though. There's a lot of little gems, some little gems, and you're going to enjoy this episode. I promise you. Savannah came. If Savannah came, you know something's going to be interesting because we love. That's my little girl, you know. That's like that's my sweetheart. All right, peace. Well, as we get a little bit into the macro photography, it's a little practice here with a green bottle fly. Here we have the beautiful pale leaf hopper. Pale because it's a pale looking one. And here we have the green leaf hopper. There are quite a few species of leaf hoppers if you get lucky and you get to see one. Here's a beautiful snail. Like I said, I'm practicing with the macro now. Getting a little bit why this is a very busy month. And of course the little skippers that, God, we love these little skipper butterflies. And there's so many species of them. I'm not an expert on every species, I will say that. I do like their proboscis going in and out. And you see the little furry antennas there. They can pick up all types of scents with that. It's amazing what these tiny little gems, and they are little gems on the planet. Their big eyes and their furry little antennas. And look at this one doing the little wiggly. I don't know if that's just claiming the flower over the other one. They're both little. I don't believe they're the same species. I believe one is one type of species and the other is another type of species. I get very confused with my little skipper butterflies at times. I know the little least skippers for sure because they're least. They're small. They're tiny. But I know there's pecks, there's woodland, there's so many different species. I'm not even going to get into it. And this is one thing, like, this is how you identify the skipper with the double wings there. And this is one of the great gems of the world, one of the little hair streak butterflies that I was able to see. And another little gem, the American copper. Oh, God, we love our little gems. We just adore them. And you see, the hair streaks are nice because if you have something like butterfly weed, they just stay stuck to it and you can work. But I'm working with the macro, trying to do a little macro. These are little dime-sized butterflies, and here's the first common buckeye of the year, and the only one I've seen so far. Looks a little tatted too, but first common buckeye of the year. Hopefully we'll get into September, we'll get some more. And there's a monarch feeding on a late blooming thistle that had both some new flowers and a lot of ones that were always seeded. Here's one of the little ragged little skippers on the thistle. Everything likes the thistle. Great for the action, the thistle. And as we see the bumblebee going in and out. Oh, we're just enjoying life right now. When I get into the plants and stuff, and now I'm doing a little bit of macro and getting a little bit better with it. You know, you take a lot of bad shots if you take macro. If you are a macro, there's a sweat bee that was just stuck on the thistle. There is an Aleutian webworm mort. Don't even ask me if I pronounced the first word right, but these are webworm morts, and they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful coloration on them, huh? And you like the curled up proboscis there. That's what you always hope to get the butterfly, but I never get the butterfly with the curled up. And these are little yellow ants, tiny little yellow ants that went in that fungus that I started off the beginning with. So very cool little amber color ants that were in the forest that day. Oh, I love my little ants, except when they're biting me. This here is the goldenrod soldier beetle, and oops, they are doing that sort of thing that they do. And if the plant is a rockin', don't come a knockin'. As these are soldier beetles, goldenrod soldier beetles. One of the cooler insects. This is a blue wing mort. That's the head of it, anyhow. They're a solitary mort. They don't like, and they bury grubs into the ground and paralyze them and stuff. But they are pretty harmless, but they're a good pollinator actually. And you can see he doesn't care about the soldier beetle here. And this is just fantastic. It's such a beautiful wasp as far as they get the yellow 2 dots there, a little amber and black there. And the blue wings, of course, that's where they get their name, the blue wing wasp. Oh, just loving the little insects, loving them. It's so nice to get out into a field of goldenrod, even though I did not find my favorite. Well, this is one of my favorites. This is one of the mantises, the many mantises that I found on this day. Yeah, I didn't shoot no video. How idiotic was that? But we will get mantis video. I love this one up on top. And then, zooming in with I had extension tubes on my macro, so just practicing it. That is a mantis egg. So if you come across that is the egg of a mantis. That would be last year's egg, just to let you know. And as we know, the hummingbirds are getting ready to go away, and it's such a sad time when they start disappearing. We love our hummingbirds. And right now, this is what I've really been trying to see. Some stripers out there breaking the water and stuff like that, and hoping like it's gonna blow up. And even the gulls ain't interested. They're on some very small bait right there, and the gulls ain't even interested over the stripers, and neither are the cormorants. And what I've been trying to capture in this instance is, them blowing up on the bait fish. But the amazing thing is the ospreys, which is on the nest right there, they never get the stripers in the marsh. They don't hunt them. They don't do nothing. The younger birds, next couple of weeks, may try to dive at a few, but the adults never get them. So, just something to amaze you with. And it's been such a great day. Hope you enjoyed the video. I really do. Thank you for tuning in once again. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. Great episode for me. Anyhow, I've played with the little bugs. I got out there, the goldenrod, started doing some macro. Macro photography is a little different, okay? We're going to just get into that. Because when you have an image, think of a football player on a football field. It's a big image, and, you can follow that very good. And with a 300 millimeter lens, 500 millimeter lens, you got a very, when you do your angle lens, because it like beams out, you have a very wide field of depth. But when you do a macro lens, when you're taking a picture, like f8 and f8, and you get a giant wide with a longer focal point lens, but with a macro lens, f8, just because it's f8 doesn't mean it's just paper thin, so it's very tough to get the whole image in view, and it's crazy tough at times. And a lot of macro photographers, 1 out of 10, they'll take that any day of the week out there when it comes to moving insects, okay? I'm not talking about, and then it is photo stacking. I'm not going to get involved in that. I wouldn't do that. I don't have the time to do that. But what you want to do, I mean, certainly I learned you need to use a flash, with a diffuser on it. Certainly that does help bring out the details in the insects, and I'm still working on this. This is working. First time I've used extension tubes in my life, so working on all of that to come in better as. And the other part too of this was the stripers on bait fish. We're hoping for that, and I was talking about the stripers. The osprey's not getting the stripers in my marsh. That's in my marsh, okay? I've been there for over 20 years. Never seen a striper in the marsh. And Savannah is just being such a sweetheart here, looking for my attention. That's my baby. But in Plymouth, they have phenomenal. I mean, they catch stripers all the time, and some of the great photographers out there, like Linda Filler in the Plymouth area. I've seen her with pictures with stripers. It's like I shake my head because I'm in an estuary, not in the ocean, where the water is only, on low tide, it's only a couple of feet deep at times, and the stripers, like you see, they're just moving the water on top, like in the video. They're just moving that water. So it's something different areas, different things, but it's why we go out into nature. We learn different things. There's not a written rule for everything, not at all. We can only go by some guidelines, use them guidelines to get us in place, and but nature is different in different areas. Species act differently in different areas. Just like, you go to the forest, there are different areas with the chimpanzees in Africa, totally different from the other chimpanzees on what they can and can't do. So always think, what you can and can't do, and just try to do what you can't do better. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to do that with my macro photography, and I'm trying to capture more stuff. And I'm like, if you've been following me, I'm been a little bit limited on my gear, and the length of my lenses are really killing me to get what I want to bring to you. But it also, the action has not happened in the marsh. But 3-day weekend coming up. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this episode a lot. I enjoy and I know I'm a rarity in that. I love everything, but when I start going through and start looking for every little bug, and I haven't found my ambush bug yet. I had one way early, but I didn't chase 1,000,000 goldenrods and no ambush bugs, none at all. But we'll get one of them, and we'll get some of that mantis action on video, I believe, very shortly. And then we're going to get some great butterfly stuff coming. Don't you worry. There is going to be a very beautiful area where I'm going to show some beautiful little gems. So peace. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.